Delighted to be joined by Andrew Cornish, Acting CEO of Middlesex Cricket here at Lords this afternoon. Andrew, we've just come out the back of Women's Cricket Month, a really important initiative from the ECB.
Yeah, fantastic initiative. Really great to have a focus on the women's game for a whole month. You can look at it both ways, can't you? You can say the fact that there needs to be that focus proves there's still an awful lot to do. But I think that's a really exciting journey, not just for women's cricket, but for cricket as a whole.
And our dedication to women's cricket is unwavering. I guess no better shown than the appointment of Kari Carswell, who joined us as head of women's cricket last week. What are you expecting out of Kari in the role?
Well, I think Kari, first of all, is a fantastic appointment. I think at Middlesex we're really lucky to have her joining the team. Clearly we're about winning, it's about silverware, but I think a really important role for Kari is getting more women taking part in cricket, participating through the county at all levels, at all age groups, all ability levels. The more women we get participating, the better news it is for cricket overall.
Absolutely, and an interesting role for Kari because she'll also be working as head of women's cricket for the MCC as well, so she'll be doing a lot of work with the foundation. Tell us a bit about how that role will work across both clubs.
Well, we work very closely together with the MCC. We both reside in the same place. They're our landlord, essentially. We've got, in many areas, a very, very close relationship, and I think if we can bring those cricketing-based skills together, both in the community and at the more elite type level, then I think it's only got to be good news.
No better time for Kari to join than I think her first day at the club was watching Middlesex lift the London Cup at Radlett last week.
I understand there's massive bragging rights for that, so yeah, well done to her. I hope that's the first of many pieces of silverware she brings to the club.
I'm sure it will be. There's a real pathway now through the women's game. You've got the recreational leagues, the Esme Irwin League, the Derek Morgan League, up into the Women's Southern Cricket League. How important is it that that pathway exists for youngsters to get into the game and actually see that there's a future? Because of course now we have elite domestic women's cricketers being paid as professionals as well.
Well, you've said it yourself there, Fletch. I think it actually goes back further, though. I think it goes back to All-Stars and Dynamos. I think that's where, when I see that happening at weekends and you're going around different clubs and you're seeing things going on there, it's just fantastic to see young boys and girls taking part at that level of cricket. It goes all the way through to the performance levels in the age groups. And now we have got professional playing staff in our regional setup, which is the Sunrisers. And hopefully we'll have more women that are earning their living from playing cricket, which is just great news.
Absolutely. Of course, Kari takes over the role of head of women's cricket from Danny Warren, who's regional head of the Sunrisers now. How important for them to get that first win under their belt last weekend?
Well, that's my old stalking ground of Western Storm, and it was fantastic. Fantastic for Trev Griffin as well, who was the ex-coach of Western Storm, to get one over over history the last few years, the strongest team in the women's game. So that is a fantastic scalp for the Sunrisers. So pleased for them. And yeah, I did exchange a few texts with some of my ex-colleagues down in the West Country.
Good to hear. So what's next for the women's game in Middlesex? Where do we go from here?
Well, I think on the elite level, it's about more women having professional contracts, earning their living from playing cricket at a professional level. I think if you talk to the coaching staff, they can see already the benefits that have come in terms of abilities and skills from them being able to dedicate their full working life to cricket, which is great at the one end. And then the other end of the spectrum, as I mentioned before, participation, All-Stars, Dynamos, and just getting more young people, young women involved in cricket is the other end, and everything in between.
Andrew, sounds exciting. Look, thanks ever so much for your time today. I'll let you get on.
Pleasure, Fletch.